What if I told you that you could be earning 3% daily on your crypto holdings? That would probably be very interesting to you, and it's actually not that complicated to do. There's one way that's 100% passive. There's a second way that you can get a bit more percentage out of it, but you'll have to monitor it. And then if you're in front of a computer all day, you can get up to like 20% daily. Hey, what's up, peeps? It's your boy Marcel, aka Smallcam. Today I'm wearing a Seiko Prospects Patty. It is the blue one instead of the green one because we're going to talk about Orca, and Orca lives in the sea, so that's blue. Anyways, I'm bringing you along for the ride into the world of liquidity providing on Solana. The first thing we're going to do is hop onto the Orca website. Orca is simply a decentralized exchange on Solana on which you can trade a multiple variety of tokens. But if you go on the left right here and click on liquidity, you'll see that it will open a new page that says concentrated liquidity pools. Now, what does that mean? What's a liquidity pool? Well, simply put, a liquidity pool means you provide two assets, so a pair of assets for people to trade it. You're basically going to be the one acting as a bank where someone brings you dollars and they want yen or euros. You'll make that trade for them and take that commission fee. Now, there's one really important word here, and that is concentrated, because usually when you provide liquidity, you provide it to the full range of prices, meaning let's say you're doing Solana USDC, you're providing from a Solana token at $0 all the way up to its all-time high and further. But with concentrated liquidity pools, you can actually choose a price range, an exact price range for which to provide liquidity, and that means that it is concentrated on a price range. What this does is it allows you to get way higher yields than simply providing to the full range of liquidity. And it's simply this sentence: achieve higher capital efficiency by concentrating liquidity in a specific price range. Now, that was a simple explanation. If you want to learn more about that, please click read the docs. There's always risk involved in the crypto space, so please do your own research before jumping into this. But when we scroll down a little bit, you'll be able to see pools. So Solana USDC, Bonk Sol, Bonk USDC, and there's a myriad of other tokens. Now, as I said in the beginning, Orca is on the Solana chain. This means that you'll need a Solana chain wallet. Personally, I'm going to be using the Solflare wallet, but they do accept a ton of other wallets such as Phantom. They do also accept cold storage wallets such as Ledger or SafePal, also Wallet Connect. So you should find something where you should be able to either have a new wallet or connect with one of your existing wallets. Okay, now you've connected your wallet, but there's a couple things we need to talk about before you just jump into it. Firstly, your safest bets to avoid impermanent loss when providing liquidity are going to be the ones that are with a stable coin, such as this one, Solana/USDC. Smallcam, you just said a word that I didn't quite get. Impermanent loss. What is that? What happens in concentrated liquidity pools is divergence loss, and that's when your deposit token ratio becomes unbalanced. This exposes you to having a lower value than if you just held the token instead of providing liquidity. So keep in mind there is always a risk. Now, what the goal really is with providing concentrated liquidity is to earn more in fees than you're going to get in divergence loss. I'll put a card right here for a video from a colleague called Seb Montgomery that explains divergence loss perfectly. But now let's jump into actually providing liquidity and showing you the different options you'll have at your disposal. So we'll go with the Solana USDC for now. You can see right here that it says 0.659% daily. That's the 24-hour yield. You can toggle that right here to see the 7-day, 30-day, 60-day, 100, and 365-day yield. Once we toggle it to 30 days, you can see that your projected yield, projected 30-day yield, would be around 19.77%. Which is huge. There's no savings account, no traditional finance that offers these kinds of yields, but also at the same time, there is risk involved, and that's why there is that high of a yield. I'll toggle it back to 24 hours because that's just personal preference, but I'm just gonna go and click deposit. Now, when I click deposit, you can see two things: full range or custom range. Full range, enable trading at any price, lower yields, but no need to rebalance. And then custom, tighter ranges increase both yields and divergence loss. So you're taking more risk, but for more reward. If you just want to provide liquidity and forget about it and look at it once a month, I recommend that you do full range. Once you click it and you click next step, it's going to let you choose the amount you want to deposit. Now, if you don't want to do the trade to have these exact deposit amounts, which are like 50% SOL, 50% USDC, you can just toggle this button that says match deposit ratio. What that'll do is it'll look in your wallet and say, okay, how much of one asset do you have and how much can I trade it in order to maximize the deposit size? I don't currently have a lot of SOL in my wallet or USDC, so it's obviously gonna max out at $14. If you come to my wallet, you can see I have a ton of Bonk token, so we'll go over that in a minute. But simply put, you just click trade and preview. That'll pull up a signature right here from your wallet. You'll click deposit and that will deposit into the liquidity pool and you'll start earning that 0.6% daily. What's really interesting to us is when you click custom. This will open this little graph where you will be able to toggle your liquidity pool concentration. Meaning you can say, I want to provide liquidity for Solana down all the way from $41 all the way up to, let's say, 52. What that's going to do is give you a better yield. You can see that instead of 0.6% daily, we've gone to 1.42% daily. Now, this does also increase your leverage right here. When you hover over the little question mark, it says how concentrated your liquidity will be compared to a constant product pool. Now, if this number is 8 times, you'll earn 8 times the fees and rewards for each trade at the cost of higher divergence loss. More risk, more reward. We'll go back to the liquidity tab because I actually want to provide liquidity for Bonk USDC that has a 3.7% 24-hour yield. So I have one stable asset and I have one asset that fluctuates. When I deposit, if the price of Bonk goes down, that's going to create divergence loss, meaning I'm basically going to lose money. If the price of Bonk goes up and hits my higher limit for the concentration of the pool, all my assets will be traded to USDC and I won't be earning any more yield. So let's show you that. I'm going to click deposit. I'm going to go custom because I want those sweet higher yields. And I'm going to decide to go minus around 5% of the price. And let's go plus 15%. Now, this is because I believe that Bonk price is gonna fluctuate a little bit, but still keep going up. So this gives me 28.6% estimated 24-hour yield. This fluctuates wildly every minute depending on the amount of volume and trades that are going through, but that's the estimation they're giving me right now. Next step, I'll click choose amount. And here I'm gonna toggle the match deposit ratio in order to max out what's in my wallet. Then I'm going to click max. That's going to calculate the trade. I'm going to click trade and preview. It's going to open right here my Solflare wallet. And what it's saying right here is that it's going to sell some Bonk to give me some USDC so that I have the correct deposit ratio for the pool and for the range that I've selected. I'm going to click approve. That's going to take just a couple seconds to run that trade. Sometimes it does bug. You'll have to refresh the page or redo your range. It's just how things work. It worked. Trade complete. So now I'm going to click on confirm deposit and it's going to pull this up. Sometimes it'll bug as well. Refresh the page, redo your range and try again. I'm going to click approve. Deposit failed due to slippage. See that just happens. I'm going to do it again. Click approve. You got to be a bit patient with it sometimes. Now it's confirming transaction. We'll see if it does go through this time, yes or no. It did. What this is going to do is give me an NFT. Deposit complete. You'll find a new Whirlpool NFT in your wallet. This NFT represents your ownership of this Whirlpool position. Now, do not sell or burn this NFT. You can send it to another wallet to transfer your position, but please don't burn or sell it or you'll lose your liquidity. Now, you can see your NFT in your wallet when you go, if you're using Solflare, if you go here, you'll be able to see your NFT right here. Orca Whirlpool position, do not burn. If you burn this, you lose your whole position. So just don't do it. Now, I can click on view portfolio. Now, I put $1,800 in, right? Why is it worth $20 less? Well, That's because the price of Bonk fluctuated down in those little 30 seconds that I was explaining not to burn your NFT. But you can already see that I've got 23 cents in pending yield. If I click the drop down right here, you'll be able to see the range. If Bonk fluctuates out of this range, I will not earn yield anymore. If the price goes all the way to the right of the range, meaning it goes up, this will go up as well. If it goes to the left, the price of Bonk goes down, this will go down as well. The tighter range you're going to select, the higher yield you'll have, but the more chance you'll also have of your price fluctuating out of that range and not earning yield anymore. Now, -5 plus 15% is a pretty tight range. So what's going to happen is when it goes out of that price range, I'm going to have to pull my liquidity out and rebalance, basically redo a deposit. What you can do is set a range that's not that tight. Let's say you could do 20%, -20% plus 35%. That way you won't have to rebalance as often, but your estimated 24-hour yield does go down. That is more though than going full range, almost 4 times more. You'll be able to see your position when you go to Orca. You see explore right here and you see portfolio. So just click on portfolio. One thing I like with providing liquidity like this is that I can pull it out at any time. I can click withdraw right here. And if I'm withdrawing all the position, it'll automatically tick this burn the NFT for this position. Now, you don't necessarily have to withdraw if you're still in range, and you can just go ahead and click on harvest all, and that will harvest the yield you've made. There's also a pretty useful function. When you scroll down here, you can see range alerts. So you can click notification settings and receive an email every time it goes out of your range for the pool. Now, as I said, usually your safest bet is going to be Solana USDC pairs. But if you want to be risky, you could go with meme coins like I'm doing. As I just showed you, you're able to generate crazy amounts of yield using concentrated liquidity pools. I think they're personally awesome, and I'm going to keep using them, and I'm going to keep using them in the future. I've been trying them out for around 2 weeks to make sure that I understand everything about them. And I want to give a huge shout out to Suburban Crypto on Twitter. I'll have a link to his account down below, who actually made me aware of these concentrated liquidity pools, thanks to actually him providing liquidity on like Solana IoT, which is one of the Helium ecosystem tokens. It's hardly been a couple minutes and you can see I'm already earning some more yield, 65 cents. If you've understood the value in this, like, it's absolutely crazy. None of this is sponsored. I'm not getting anything. I don't have affiliate links. I just wanted to share this opportunity with you guys. If you feel like you got any value out of the video and you learned something, please subscribe to the channel. Like 90% of you guys aren't. Drop a like. If you have any questions, drop a comment. On that note, it was your boy Marcel, aka Smallcow. I hope you guys have a good one, and I'll catch y'all in another one. Peace.